live right
Hi.
now. Should I change the lighting?
No.
Okay, so
just get over here so I'm not alone. Hi, this is our first live on YouTube. This is Jenna with Conspiracies Unlocked, and this is
Heather.
And we are reading Britney Spears, The Woman in Me. And we are going chapter by chapter and just kind of doing a summary and our thoughts on Britney. Heather's a huge Britney fan, so there's been a lot of conspiracy regarding Britney and her entire life, her career at least. So now we get a little deep dive into her life from her words, which is important.
Yes.
So if you haven't already, go and look for our chapters 1 through 3 episode, and here we go.
And we are going to begin with a chapter 4. And the main takeaways that I got from chapter 4 was her father was a huge drunk.
Yes.
He had a huge alcohol problem, or unfortunately.
We knew that from the previous chapters.
We did know that, but
she bounces back and goes into depth.
Yeah, she gets into his business failing and that he was self-medicating.
Which I thought was interesting, that she's almost making excuses for her father's behavior, not at such a young age, but reflecting back now. And she's saying that his business was failing, so he's self-medicating for that, and then also because of his past, his father's abuse.
So it's like the cycle of abuse for him.
And the cycle of abuse didn't end with Jamie either, because we find out that it proceeded on to her brother.
Yeah, no, it does continue.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they didn't break the cycle.
No, they didn't break the cycle at all, unfortunately. I also have a note here that I wrote daddy issues.
Yeah, because she keeps going back to her dad.
And not only...
But, I mean, and her dad did have her under the conservatorship.
Yeah, and not only daddy issues for her, but daddy issues for her own father had daddy issues.
Everybody had daddy issues, I guess.
The family was traumatized, basically. Like, completely traumatized to the point where she felt that she didn't have love and she was not loved unconditionally.
Yeah, that's all she wanted was for her dad to love her.
And love himself. He didn't even love himself enough to take care of himself, let alone take care of his family.
Yeah, and Britney said she was even scared to go in the car with him because he would talk to himself and he was kind of in his own world. And he said, in her words, a quote from the book is, "My dad was reckless, cold, and mean with me." And then goes on to say he was worse on her brother Brian and forced Brian to play basketball and football and was just always on his ass.
Yeah, he was mean, like really mean to Brian, to the point where he would push him to where it was beyond Brian's physical abilities, that he wasn't built for football and basketball the way that the dad was pushing it. So it was like extremely abusive.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, if your body's not built that way and you don't have the heart at the same time to do it, you're not gonna, that's fucked up. Like, it really is fucked up. Because I've seen people that, like, love to play football so much that even though they are basketball, even though they're, like, short, they still can do it because they love the game so much.
Or they have other abilities, like maybe they can like really like get in between the, like, you know, basketball, you have to be able to maneuver between and handle the ball in certain ways and stuff.
But you have to want to, and if you're being pressured to do it and you already, it's not something that comes naturally to you because of your body stature, then that becomes true of, like, physical abuse on your body.
Oh yeah, physical abuse and a mental, the emotional and mental abuse of that would be a lot for anyone.
So her dad would be like usually would leave for days on end when he was drinking.
He'd just check out.
He would just check out for days on end, which Britney said that was great. Like, she's not there, he's not there, everything's great. Except when he was there, mom would be up his ass so much that it was like mom would just have rage against dad, which I get that. I can see it from the mom's point of view. But meanwhile, Brittany and her brother are trying to sleep, and all they can hear is mom screaming and dad just like in a comatose state, not even paying attention. And it's like, go to bed, woman.
Yeah, and I put here, you know, emotionally checked out, drunk, and mom seemed, in my opinion, the way Brittany described her is emotionally immature.
Yeah.
Like she didn't have the coping skills to, and I don't know how many people really would, but
Yeah,
she didn't have the coping skills to deal with a husband
drunken
who
husband
had such bad addiction.
Yeah.
That instead of like, I don't know if she did try to find him help, because at this point we don't know. No. But instead of trying to find him help for his addiction, she just would like berate him and yell at him and scream, and it just basically add to the anxiety and of the household and the whole chaotic sense of like what the kids were probably feeling, helpless.
Yeah.
It just seems very
chaotic.
Very chaotic and very scary, like a very scary environment.
Yeah. But apparently when dad wasn't home, Brittany's house was the cool spot to be.
Oh yeah, of course it would be the cool spot. Your dad's all drunk, checked out. Your mom's probably just trying to be Southern hospitality. Yeah.
And she's smoking Virginia Slims, which Brittany smokes now.
I didn't even realize that Brittany smoked. I guess
I did.
I never really I mean, I know that she has like I've seen like images of her in the paparazzi like in the past, like smoking and stuff. But like I didn't realize that she still smoked. I mean, I don't know her. I know. See her,
I was like, so... oh, okay. Like,
no, I mean, also because I think because she's a singer, and it's just strange to me when any singer smokes, because it's like you're gonna fuck up your vocal cords, like you're gonna mess with your lungs, and then how are you gonna sing properly? So, there's that side of it.
She goes on to describe her house as a zoo. That she was always jumping on the coffee table for attention. Meanwhile, Brian was jumping over the couches because mom was about to go whoop his ass. Which I'm like, oh my god, my house. My kids are gonna grow up and be like, this house was a zoo, and I always call it a zoo, and that totally happens at my house. And they're always running over each other.
But you have 3 boys, so.
Oh my god, it's a fucking zoo. So either way, Brittany says that she always found a way to get everyone's attention.
And she actually said that before in the prior chapters, where she stated that she used to hide in the cabinets for attention because she felt like she was not seen.
Yeah.
And then she would try to get people's attention by like, oh gosh, where's Brittany? Where's Brittany?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
so she's always wanted to find a way to get attention, and apparently it was her brother's friends that would be hanging out at the house, not even her friends. So her brother is a few years older than her, like 4 years older than her, 4 or 5. And he would be playing video games with his friends. And that's when she would be jumping on the table and trying to like, you know, and nobody's paying attention to her because mom is gossiping and doing Southern.
Well, she's doing the hostess
smoking
stuff.
And
yeah.
So that. Do you have more to say about chapter 4?
No.
That actually ends chapter 4 as far as my notes go. The chapters are so short, you guys.
They're extremely short. And then with my notes, the last thing I have here is the main, like, chapter 4. One of the other overall takeaways is that she had to fight for attention in the household with the family.
Yes.
Like, she had to fight for it. That was, like,
the main thing. Dad's a drunk. So much chaos. Fight for attention, and she always wanted the attention. She wasn't shy, and she didn't just go hide in her room, and she was okay with being alone. She wanted attention.
Yeah, and when she did hide,
in the spotlight,
she was hiding for the attention of where'd she go. So, I mean, we already also have covered that she's been in kind of the spotlight since age 3, not public.
Yeah,
but just like dance class and performances in her community and her church, and I think she's sang like a church song or something. The mom's daycare. The mom's daycare.
Was she only 3 when she did that?
No, I think she was 3 when she started dance.
But at the daycare she did 5, right?
She was like 4 or 5
singing on stage.
Yeah, so by the age, and then we get into chapter 5. So by the age of 5, now she is more.
Well, I thought we were gonna pause and do different ones.
Oh yeah, okay. So we will take a short break.
Yes, and we'll come back in a few minutes and finish up. We're gonna do chapter 5. Brittany's chapter 5. Next chapter. We're going to break it up chapter by chapter. So these are going to be short little live videos.
Yeah.
And of course, they'll be up on our YouTube page for you guys to look at again at a later date. Yeah. So
yeah, they should be live. This is the first time that we've gone live on other platforms.
Just never
and
here.
We've never gone live on YouTube, so we're just kind of figuring out how this works.
This Britney book is only on YouTube, right, Heather?
Yeah,
Heather does all of the media stuff, so I don't know. So it's a YouTube exclusive for us.
Yes.
We're not putting any of this Britney stuff on any other platform. It's not going on our podcast. This is something that Heather really wanted to do.
Yes.
So.
And I think I have to stand up and end the live on the phone. So I'm going to do that now.
Okay.
Thank you. See if I can figure out how. Sorry. It's different on here. I don't know if I hit the X, if that,
If that'll just make it all go away.
I'm just gonna hit the X, and if it deletes it, it deletes it. We'll see.
Just do it again, I guess.
Well, sorry, I'm like all up in here. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? And